Well, in recent years, a massive wave of Africans have used the coast of Libya as a launching point in an attempt to cross the dangerous waters of the Mediterranean Sea. With each overcrowded voyage, the migrants are risking their lives, often drifting until rescued by the European Union or an NGO and ultimately arrive in Italy. But now Italy is attempting to stop other sub-Saharan Africans from reaching the sea. Details from VOA's senior analyst, Jeffrey Young.
They left Eritrea, Guinea, Senegal, Mali, Nigeria, and other sub-Saharan African states on a journey to the Libyan coast of the Mediterranean Sea. From there, they faced peril bobbing in inflatable rafts and creaky little boats, waiting for rescue, and for the fortunate, a new life in the European Union. The UNHCR says that in 2016, more than 180,000 people, many departing from Libya, put into the Mediterranean, and thanks to NGOs and the EU's Operation Sophia, were rescued from the water and taken to Italy. Through mid-April 2017, another 27,000 arrived. But in February, the EU gave Libya's Government of National Accord more than $200 million to build up its Coast Guard and onshore security apparatus. The goal was to prevent people from reaching and putting into the Mediterranean. Under this initiative, Libya has rounded up African migrants and packed them into detention centers to await deportation or worse. The Washington Post newspaper describes Italy's move as a, quote, de facto migrant blockade. UNHCR's reaction is told to VOA by its North Africa media representative, William Spindler.
The problem with this approach is that it doesn't give people an alternative. What are these people going to do? Some of them cannot return to their countries of origin because they will face gross human rights violations, torture, and in some cases death if they went home.
For those detained by Libyan authorities, the situation can be brutal. The stories of those who somehow escaped detention and found rescue in the Mediterranean are recounted via Skype by Médecins Sans Frontières medical team leader Mark Learer, speaking aboard the MSF rescue ship Aquarius.
Stories that we often hear are that beatings are something that take place regularly. In order to keep people in line, they used pipes of different materials ranging from plastic to metal. We know the evidence of it because we actually see the marks on people's bodies.
Then there are African migrants in Libya who fall into the hands of human traffickers, whom numerous reports say have sold people into slavery. The story of one such woman who finally got away and was rescued is recounted via Skype aboard the MSF ship Aquarius by Mark Learer's colleague, Elizabeth Ramlow.
I remember very clearly one woman who was sold to a family, a Libyan family, to do their household chores. And she was made to work without pay in order to pay back what the family had expended for her.
And human traffickers may demand ransoms from families in exchange for the freedom of the victims. The EU-Italian plan to try to stop people from getting into the Mediterranean from Libya is commented on via Skype by the International Organization for Migration's North Africa Director, Othman Belbasi.
First, you need to control the ground to be able to talk about controlling the borders. Libya has more than 1,700 kilometers on the Mediterranean. And I don't think that this is easy to control. Also, we are talking about borders with 6 neighboring countries.
The IOM official sums it up by saying, quote, "We know for sure that you can never stop migration by tight border controls or measures. People will always find their way." And every day, more sub-Saharan Africans flee poverty, drought, hunger, and violence by making the long, dangerous trek to the Mediterranean. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.